You know what's terrifying about swamps? They're always moving, always shifting. The water, the plants, the land itself. Nothing stays where it should be. Paths that existed yesterday are gone today. Islands that were solid become water. Water becomes land. And in the fog, in thick, heavy fog that sits on the water like a blanket, you can't tell what's real, what's there, what's coming toward you through the mist. You just hear sounds, splashing, movement, breathing, and you tell yourself it's just wildlife, just alligators, just birds, just the natural inhabitants of the swamp. But what if it's not? What if there are other things in the deep parts, things that have been there longer, things that don't want visitors, things that make sure some tours never end? My name's Blake, and 5 days ago I took an airboat tour in the Atchafalaya Swamp in Louisiana. 2-hour guided tour, through the bayou, through the channels, through the wildlife refuge. It was supposed to be educational, scenic, safe, a tourist attraction. Thousands of people do it every year. But something went wrong on my tour. Something happened in the fog, and I don't think I ever made it back. I think I'm still out there, still riding, still searching, still lost in a swamp that doesn't want to let me go. I was in Louisiana for work, conference in Baton Rouge, had a free afternoon, wanted to do something local, something authentic. The hotel concierge recommended Bayou Bob's airboat tours. Best in the state, she said. Bob knows those swamps like his own backyard. You'll see gators, eagles, maybe even a bear if you're lucky. She booked me for the 2 p.m. tour. Standard route, 2 hours, return by 4 p.m. Easy, simple. I drove out to the dock, small operation, a shack, a few boats, a hand-painted sign that said Bayou Bob's, experience the real Louisiana. Bob himself was there, maybe 60, weathered face, deep tan, wearing overalls and a saint's cap. You Blake? He asked. I nodded. Just you and 2 others today. Slow season. That's good. More personal, more intimate. You'll really get to see the swamp. He gestured to the airboat. Big fan on the back, flat bottom, seats for maybe 6 people. 2 other tourists were already seated. A couple, maybe 30s. They looked nervous, excited, holding hands. First-timers like me. We put on the ear protection. Bob fired up the engine. The fan roared to life, deafening. We pulled away from the dock, into the main channel. The water was dark, brown-green, murky. You couldn't see more than a few inches below the surface. Trees lined both sides. Cypress, draped in Spanish moss. The moss hung like curtains, like hair, like fingers reaching down toward the water. Bob navigated expertly, weaving between stumps, gliding over shallow areas, pointing out wildlife, an egret, a turtle sunning itself, an alligator on the bank, 12 feet long, just lying there, watching us pass. This was great. This was exactly what I'd wanted. Nature, adventure, something different, something real. About 30 minutes in, the fog rolled in, quick, sudden. One moment we were in clear afternoon light, the next, surrounded by gray, thick fog, the kind you can barely see through. Bob slowed the boat. Normal for this time of day, he shouted over the engine. Moisture coming up off the water. It'll clear in a bit. But it didn't clear. It got thicker, denser. The trees disappeared. The banks vanished. We were floating in a bubble of gray. Bob cut the engine. The sudden silence was jarring, oppressive. All I could hear was dripping, water falling from trees, from the moss, from the fog itself, and something else. A low sound, almost like humming. No, not humming. More like breathing, deep, rhythmic, coming from everywhere and nowhere. Bob, I called, what's that sound? He was standing at the controls, staring into the fog. His face had changed, gone pale, tense. That's the swamp, he said quietly. She breathes, always has, especially when the fog comes, especially when she's active. Active? What did that mean? The couple behind me shifted nervously. "Should we head back?" the woman asked, her voice shaking. Bob didn't answer for a moment, just kept staring into that gray wall. Finally, he said, "Can't. Not yet. Can't see the channel. Can't see the markers. We wait for it to lift. Then we go." He sat down, looked at his watch, frowned. "Should lift soon. Any minute now. Just stay in the boat. Don't put your hands in the water. Don't lean over. Don't respond if you hear anything. Anything at all." What did that mean? Don't respond? To what? I was about to ask when I heard it. A voice. Coming from the fog. From the water. "Help. Please. Help me." A woman's voice. Desperate. Terrified. Coming from our left. Maybe 20 feet away. The couple stood up. "Someone's out there," the man said. "We have to help." Bob grabbed his arm. "Sit down, now. That's not a person." "Not a person?" "It sounds like a person," I said. "Someone drowning. Someone in trouble." Bob looked at me. His eyes were hard. Serious. "That's what it wants you to think. That's what it always does. Mimics, calls, lures. But you go toward it. You don't come back. None of them come back." None of them? How many people had heard this? How many had gone toward it? The voice called again. Closer now. "Please. I can't swim. I'm drowning. Help me." It sounded so real, so human, so desperate. Every instinct told me to help, to search, to save. But Bob's expression, Bob's fear, it kept me in my seat. The fog shifted, moved, and for just a moment, I saw something. A shape in the water, human-sized, but wrong. The proportions wrong, the limbs too long, the head too large. It was treading water, facing us, and its mouth was moving, making that voice, that plea. But the mouth didn't match the words, didn't sync with the sounds, like a badly dubbed movie, like something trying to mimic speech without understanding how. It saw me looking, its head tilted, too far, at an angle that would break a human neck, and it smiled, wide, too wide, showing too many teeth. Then it slipped beneath the surface. Gone. The voice stopped. The breathing sound got louder. Bob started the engine. "Hold on," he said. He gunned it. The airboat lurched forward, into the fog, into the gray. We were moving fast, too fast, blind. Bob couldn't possibly see where he was going, but he didn't slow down, didn't hesitate like he was running, like he was escaping, like he knew something was chasing us. We burst out of the fog bank, into clearer water, into afternoon light. Bob finally slowed, cut the engine. We drifted, breathing hard, shaking. "What was that?" I demanded. "What the hell was that?" Bob wiped his face. "The swamp. She's old. Real old. Been here millions of years. Before humans, before civilization. And she's aware, alive. She doesn't like intruders, doesn't like tourists, doesn't like us taking boats through her. So she tests. She calls. She takes. Anyone who responds. Anyone who goes toward the voices. They belong to her now. They become part of her. Part of the water. Part of the calling." He looked at me. At the couple. "We don't talk about it, bad for business, but everyone who works the swamp, and we know to ignore the voices, to never go toward them, to never believe what we see in the fog." I pulled out my phone, checked the time. 4:47 p.m. We should have been back by 4. We were late. I looked around, tried to recognize landmarks, tried to figure out where we were, but nothing looked familiar. Nothing looked like the route we'd taken coming in. "Bob, where are we? This doesn't look like the way back." Bob started the engine again. Got turned around in the fog. "Happens. I'll get us back. Just might take a bit longer." He navigated, turned down channels, wove between trees. But something felt wrong. We'd been going for 10 minutes, 15, 20. And the landmarks, they were repeating. That cypress tree with the broken branch, we'd passed it 3 times. That cluster of stumps in a triangle pattern, I'd seen it twice now. We were going in circles. Bob, I think we're lost. He didn't respond, just kept driving, his face grim, determined, worried. The fog rolled in again, thicker this time. We couldn't see anything. Bob cut the engine. We drifted in silence, and the breathing started again. Louder now, closer, all around us. The couple was crying, holding each other, terrified. I looked at my watch. 6:15 p.m. We'd been out here over 4 hours. The sun was setting, darkness was coming, and we were lost, completely lost, in a swamp that was alive, that was aware, that was keeping us. Bob tried his radio, static. He tried his phone, no signal. He tried starting the engine. It turned over, but something was wrong. The fan wasn't spinning right, making a grinding sound, like something was caught in it, like something had damaged it, like the swamp had reached up and broken it. We were dead in the water, literally, stranded, in the fog, in the dark, in a place that didn't want us to leave. That's when we heard them, the voices, multiple voices, all around us, coming from the fog, from the water, men, women, children, all calling. Help us. We're lost. We can't find the way. Please, don't leave us here. And I recognized one of the voices. It was me. My voice. My exact voice, calling from maybe 30 feet away. Blake, help me. I fell in. I can't get back to the boat. Blake. The couple heard it too. They heard their own voices, calling their names, pleading, begging, coming from the fog, from the swamp, from versions of ourselves that shouldn't exist, that couldn't exist. Bob stood up, looked around. They've got us, he said quietly. They've got all of us. We're part of it now. Part of the collection. Part of the voices. Part of the calling. He looked at me. I'm sorry. I should have canceled today. Should have seen the signs. The fog came too early, the water was too still, the swamp was too quiet. She was waiting, and we came anyway, and now, the fog cleared. Suddenly, completely, and we saw where we were, in the middle of a massive open area, miles across, surrounded by trees, and in the water, everywhere. Shapes, dozens of them, hundreds, treading water, all facing us, all with those 2 long limbs, those 2 large heads, those 2 wide mouths, all smiling, all waiting, and behind them, boats, airboats, dozens of them, empty, floating, abandoned, covered in moss and algae and decay. Years of tours, decades of tours, all ended here, all trapped, all claimed by the swamp, by whatever lived in it, by whatever we'd disturbed by entering, by whatever wanted us to stay, forever. The shapes started moving, swimming toward us, slow, deliberate, closing in. Bob grabbed an oar. Get down, he said. Get low. Don't look at them. Don't listen. Don't. The first one reached the boat. Its hand, if you could call it that, gripped the side. The fingers were wrong. Too many joints. Too many segments. Like someone had tried to recreate a human hand from memory but got the details wrong. It pulled itself up, its face coming into view, and it was Bob. Exactly Bob. Same face, same features, same clothes, same everything. But the eyes were empty, hollow, like it was wearing Bob as a costume, like it had copied him, like it was replacing him. The real Bob screamed, swung the oar, hit it. The thing fell back into the water, but 2 more climbed up. One looked like the woman from the couple. One looked like me. Perfect copies, perfect mimics, perfect replacements. I closed my eyes. This wasn't real. Couldn't be real. This was a nightmare, a hallucination, dehydration, panic, something rational, something explainable. I'd wake up. I'd be at the dock. I'd be in my hotel. I'd be anywhere but here. I opened my eyes. I was at the dock. Bayou Bob's dock. The shack. The sign. The airboat tied up. Bob was there, shaking my shoulder. "You okay, friend?" "You dozed off. Tour's over. We're back." I looked around. The couple was already walking to their car. The sun was still up. Still afternoon. My watch showed 4:02 p.m. 2 minutes past when we were supposed to return. Normal. Fine. I stumbled off the boat, legs shaking. Did we go into fog? Did you hear voices? Bob looked at me funny. Fog? Nah. Clear day. Beautiful tour. You must have had quite a dream there. He laughed, walked to the shack, left me standing there, confused, disoriented, uncertain, but I know what I experienced. I know what I saw. And when I got to my car, when I checked my phone, I had missed calls, texts, emails, all time-stamped during the tour, during those 4 hours. My boss, my wife, my friends, all saying the same thing. "Where are you? You were supposed to be back. You missed the dinner. You missed the flight. Where have you been?" I'd been gone. For real. For hours. Not just in my mind. Not just in a dream. I'd been somewhere else. Some other version of the swamp. Someplace where tours don't end. Where boats don't return. Where the swamp keeps you. And somehow, I got out. Or it let me out. Or I'm still there. Still in the fog. Still hearing voices. Still surrounded by those shapes. And this return. This normal afternoon. It's just another layer. Another trick. Another way for the swamp to feed. To use me. To make me call others. To make me become one of the voices, one of the shapes. One of the things that treads water and calls and lures and takes. If you're captivated by more chilling stories from people who've taken tours into wild places and discovered they never really left, make sure to subscribe to Campfire Nightmares. And I desperately need to know, have you ever been on a swamp tour or boat ride and lost time? Or heard voices that shouldn't be there? Or seen duplicates of yourself or others? Tell me what happened in the comments, because I think Bayou Bob's isn't the only tour that goes too deep. I think there are other swamps, other guides, other boats that enter fog and never quite return. And the people who come back, maybe they're not the same people who left. Maybe they're copies, replacements, things wearing human faces, things that call from the water, things that wait for the next tour, the next fog, the next chance to multiply, to spread, to bring more of us into the swamp forever.